Hey, I'm Jazz. I'm gonna do a quick video about how you could use 30 FOV to gauge subchunk depth of the portal room, and kind of also gauge like the height that the portal room is um, using 30 FOV. So the reason I say 30 FOV instead of like quakepro is because 30 FOV has a reduced height opposed to like quake thin or iZoom even. And just to exemplify that, if I do a scan on this is Quake Pro, just regular FOV or regular res, and you can see that. Okay, I'll stand back further. Okay, you can see it captures all the way like up here. It extends further in this yellow part, all the way down there, and left and right. Yep. So now if we do thin, looking roughly the same place. Oh, zoom out further. Zoom out further. Zoom out further. Sorry, my camera. Yeah, so if we go into thin, sorry, the left and right get shrunk, right, as expected, but top to bottom is the same. And Meeby kind of explains this in his video about why he uses a taller thin, but to simplify, the height captured depends on your FOV, right? So this is what thin height on quakepro looks like, and even in iZoom, right? Even in iZoom, you see how top and bottom I could only see gravel because it's so zoomed in, or to us it looks zoomed in. It's still rendering top to bottom the same as quakepro, right? So if we were to go into 30 FOV, we immediately notice, relative to this position, how the height gets reduced, right? Instead of going all the way to the ceiling, to the floor, it's chopped down to this little rectangle. And as expected, the width also shrinks because 30 FOV. And if we do something like 30 FOV thin, it still keeps the same height as 30 FOV with just more reduced sides. Same with like 30 FOV quake, or not a quake, iZoom. It's just super narrow left to right, but it keeps the same height top to bottom. So with this reduced height, we could theoretically note down the subchunk and our standing position within the subchunk to unload it at when the bottom part of the frustum collides with the top part, or the top part of the subchunk that the portal room is in, or the silverfish spawner rather. And so if that didn't really make sense, it's okay. A subchunk is essentially the 16 by 16 by 16 partition within a chunk itself. So right now I'm standing within one chunk that extends all the way to the world height, right, to 256, all the way to the very bottom bedrock. And we notice that in our F3G we have these little blue lines, these blue outlines, and each of these blue outlines represent one subchunk, right? So this is the top of the subchunk I'm in, and this is the bottom of the subchunk I'm in. And subchunks are 16 by 16 by 16 cubes. So yeah. So you could kind of see in our chunk chords that I'm standing within 3, 12, -10. These are the chunk chords, or subchunk chords. And if I go down lower, you notice that the chunk height reduced. And the one to the left is your position relative to the subchunk you're in, right? So right now, I'm standing at Y15 in this subchunk below me. right? So you could tell I'm at the top of the current subchunk I'm standing in. But if I go up a block, I'm now in this new subchunk, right? And I'm standing at position 0. So I'm standing at the very bottom of this new subchunk. So I guess I'm just gonna go straight into MPK to exemplify how I've been using it. I've only been using this technique for 3 days, and for these scans I'm going to be doing 30 FOV hover hitbox with chest preemptive, in which chest preemptive I displayed in my last video if you want to check that out, or you could also just check this video out to see how I use it. So right now I have a lot of info that's given to me. I'm facing south, so there's not going to be any hidden rooms. I'm also standing at position 5 within my relative subchunk, and going to torch will put that at 6. So I'll be somewhat on the bottom half, below like the halfway point of my relative subchunk. And let me just get the chest. 30 FOV. I'm gonna start scanning. And I'm at 51 entities, so I should be looking for like a 64 spike. Or 60. Okay. So you'll notice there, I looked up and I'm still facing like relatively head level, right? And at Y5 within my relative subchunk, it's probably either going to be deeper within the stronghold or like deeper down in rooms, or this bottom part could just be reaching a lower subchunk level. So right now I'm at chunk 1, so portal room could be at subchunk 0. But because I'm at 5 and I have to look this low, it's likely the ladder. So I'm gonna favor going downwards to get to a new subchunk level. Right? So here we go. Oh, we're going downstairs. Oh, and we have to go further down. And there we go. So yeah, we are in subchunk 0. And that's the subchunk that the spawner is in. So there is a lot of info, but there's not much you need to digest, especially if you're only just taking into account the height of your scan that unloads that relative to your standing position within the subchunk. Because then you can kind of visualize like, oh, okay, I'm at this standing position within the subchunk and I aimed at less than head level. I should probably go down and prefer downwards paths, right? So here I already see a hidden room, so yeah, we're west, so there can be hidden rooms. I'm also standing at 8 or 9, so I'm like halfway in my current relative subchunk. And we are at Y8, so likely it cannot go further downwards. So I'm expecting just like a simple, yeah, I mean like, yeah. So like, you'll know like if you're at standing Y8, it just cannot go down further. And you just take that info. I could have arguably gotten a better horizontal scan, like left to right, but I think top to bottom is just good info because I knew that I just needed to stay more down or like close to down. Arguably, I could have scanned up to see if it went like top right, but pretty nuanced. Standing facing south, so there's no hidden rooms. We're standing chunk 0, right? So we're at the very floor of my relative subchunk. Go into here. I get my spike there, and it unloads at like head level almost. So we do know that we're going down a subchunk, right? This cannot be the same subchunk that I'm in at 0 because I'm facing head level and it unloads. So I know to favor going downwards. So it could be like there arguably, but I think it's just mid and then down. Or not. Could also go there and down. Could go there and down. I like this because it goes down further. So yeah. Okay. Very interesting. I did know that it went down, but I didn't know how much down. I just knew that it's in the subchunk below me relative to where I scanned from. But it's still good info because I knew that I guess arguably left could have also gone, but like if it wasn't right, then I just pivot to the left because they both go mid and downstairs. So I'll do like 1 or 2 more. So I didn't really see the other info, but I do know that I'm at 50 entities, so I should be looking for like a 63 spike, unless it's just behind, and it should add 3 points, so 66 maybe 67. 70 looks too high. But, you know, it could be a combination spike. So I'll kind of trust that. This looks like it stays at the same height level. Yep. So sorry I didn't really vocalize there, but yeah, I was paying attention to the subchunk height. And I'll vocalize on this one. So we're west facing, there's gonna be hidden rooms, we're at standing 9. Chest. Okay, there. I get a spike. Unload it at there. So it's likely just deeper, but it's still gonna be on the same subchunk level, so it's still gonna be at subchunk 2. So I could favor just staying relatively the same and not going downwards, because going downwards would likely mean going to a different subchunk. But it is just here, and it's within, yeah, it's in subchunk 2. But you do notice that I went all the way down to 1, so it was getting pretty close. So yeah, it could do like downstairs like this, but like if I was like here and it just kept going down, I know it's likely not here, since it should just only be like within the same subchunk level. So if I like passed that up, right, if I passed this and I kept going this way, and I saw that this goes down to like subchunk 1, I know it's likely not here. I'll do one more. So we're east facing, there's no hiddens. We're sitting at 4 within the subchunk, or 5 because I'm sitting on a chest and the position rounds down. So we're kind of on the lower half of the subchunk. Let me just do my scan. I'm at 80 entities almost. I'm looking for like a 59, maybe 60, 63. Got something there. Maybe I'm just stupid. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I do have to look slightly lower. So I know it's likely not within my subchunk, especially because I'm standing at 4 within my subchunk. So I'm looking down here because this is the part that's loading the portal room. This bottom half is colliding with the top half of the portal room subchunk, right? So likely I have to go down one, so it's probably going to be in 1 position. Okay, and just goes downstairs, and yeah, I'm at position 1.